Hey everybody, my name is Chris. Welcome to Casual Fragrances. Today's video we're going to do a fragrance battle video. You guys like these type of videos, so I'm trying to put out more for you guys to have content, and I know what it's like to be stuck in a house trying to deal with all this virus mess. So this video is just like any other one. We take two fragrances and see which one is better. So today's battle video is going to be between Armani Code Absolute Gold Signature versus Christian Dior FEVE. Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about the projection, longevity, compliment factors, season, occasion, and see which one I prefer over the other one, and my rating system or rating score. Let's go over the presentation of Armani Code Absolute Gold Signature. This is the box. Pretty cool box. You see top gold and little gold here and black all around it. Top has nothing. Bottom has some information, the batch code. Batch code is, if you guys care to know about it, is 800NS83. So, just want to authenticate your fragrance. This is the presentation of the bottle. Pretty cool looking bottle with the signature logo there. It's a limited edition. The cap is all gold too with the Giorgio Armani symbol. Whole bottle's gold with a little black here. This thing here is gold here on the side. Nice little trim. You can feel the texture. The bottom has the batch code information. So same batch code. Now we're going to take a look at the presentation of the other fragrance. This one here is FEVE. It comes in a cool little pouch like this. It has Christian Dior on it. Pretty cool little pouch when you buy the fragrance. And it comes in a little cool little box like this. Hard to see, but pretty cool. And it opens up. And you put the fragrance inside when you buy it. It's pretty cool. So take it out, and there's your bottle, FEVE by Christian Dior. Let's go over the price point and a note breakdown for Absolute Gold Signature. Okay, so this fragrance here comes in one size. This is a 60 ml bottle. And you're roughly looking at $92 for this fragrance off the Giorgio Armani website. I'll leave the link down below. If you are new to their website and never purchased anything, type in your email address so they can send you information, and you get a 10% off purchase when you buy any Giorgio Armani, whether it's lipstick, makeup, or fragrance like this. You get 10% off. So I got it for like $82 instead of $92. I say like 10 bucks, and I got free shipping. I'm not sure what they're running this time. I know before they had 20% off. They're running a lot of different promotion, but you automatically get 10% off when you buy this. So definitely check this out. If you want to buy samples, I'll leave a link down below. You can buy samples at myfragrancesamples.com. I'm not being paid by that company. I recently bought some fragrance from there, and I looked up, and this was a new release. They had you can buy samples. So definitely get your nose on it. Buy some samples. They have 2 mils, 3 mils, 5 mils, 10 mils, and 15 mils. So you can definitely buy a sample and see if you like it. Just in case you may not like the original Absolute, you might like Signature, but we'll get into why I like this one over the other one later in the video. So definitely check that out. Now we're going to go over the note breakdown for Absolute Gold Signature. We have mandarin, green apple, benzoin, iris, saffron, leather, spices, tonka bean, cedarwood, gaiac wood. So let's spray it on a test strip, see if I still feel the same way about it after I purchase it. I like the bottle presentation. That kind of sold me on the presentation in general. Now this cap, you have to actually put it in place because there's 2 little grooves on both sides of the sprayer, and there's 2 grooves inside. You have to actually click it in. To click it, you can't just put it on any way you want. It has to be clicked a certain way. So. Okay, this opens up. You're gonna get that freshness with that mandarin orange, and then that lasts for a few minutes. Then it tones down, and then it gets more of a sweet tonka bean vanilla fragrance. And it's just, this is a gourmand fragrance if you're looking for one in designer fragrance. If you're not wanting to spend over 150 bucks, 200 bucks, this is around that $92. You know, you get 10% off, you might get it for 80 something bucks instead of paying over $100 for niche quality fragrance. This is a great designer gourmand fragrance. If you like the original one, you're gonna like this one. The difference between this one and the original one, this one is not as loud in your face as the original Absolute. This one is toned down a little bit. It's still heavy where people are going to detect it, but the original one was overly sweet. I'm talking about like, it was like sweet tooth, overly sweet. Like, God, it's a lot. I like the original one in general, but I want to get this one a special edition, and you know, special editions come and go, so not everybody's gonna be able to get this one, but definitely check it out. Most people I've been around with do like this fragrance a lot, and they said the price point isn't too bad. It's not crazy, but it's not the best, but it's in the middle. So yeah, FEVE by Christian Dior. This one here comes in 2 sizes. It comes in a 125 ml bottle, which I have here. This one is made out of glass, real heavy, and this one goes for $220. And they do have the bigger size, which is crazy. They have a bigger amount. That one will pretty much last you for life. That one is a 250 ml bottle, which is double this size, and it goes for $320. I'm gonna leave a link down below to Christian Dior where you can buy this at. I bought mine when I was in New York City, because I really wanted to buy this fragrance and just go to New York for a weekend, hang out. So this one here is a real good fragrance. I tried it out 2 years ago when I was in New York City. I wanted to try my nose on it, and the line has a lot of great fragrances. Some people like, some don't like as much as others. They have discontinued a few of their good releases, but nevertheless, this one is still a good fragrance, and I highly suggest you buy it, or you can buy samples at myfragrancesamples.com. They do have this fragrance too, 2 mil, 3 mil, 5 mil. If you want to buy samples first before you spend this type of money. I know people say, Chris, you know, you buy these fragrances, but sometimes you don't have the money to buy them. Well, hey, I understand that. I get it. I'm a consumer just like you are, you know. I'll leave the links where you can buy samples at. Buy yourself a 5 or 10 mil sample, and if you like it that much or love it, then you buy yourself a bottle. There's no worries. Relax. So I do like the presentation with this one too, because it's very simple. With the glass, you can see the juice level, you know, see the color, you can see the cap, Christian Dior, it's magnetic. Distribution, these sprayers are amazing. You can do a little mist, medium, or a whole lot. And my #1 fragrance brand for designer wise is Dior, so there's no brainer here why I like Dior fragrances. You guys know this ever since I've been doing reviews, that Dior is my favorite house. So it's one of the things, like, you know, if I would ever get sponsored by Dior, you guys know I love Dior, but it's probably not going to happen. But I love Dior fragrances, and I buy them my hard-earned money. They never sent me anything. So let's talk about the note breakdown for this fragrance here. I have the note breakdown right here, and we have tonka bean, vanilla, cocoa, caramel. We have woods. We have cocoa. Here's another sweet fragrance too. This one is a heavy sweet fragrance. Now I know people said this one has been reformulated. I'm not really sure. I know when I tried it at the boutique 2 years ago, and I tried it now and I bought one, it's not the same to me. When I spray it on my skin, it still lasts a long time. It's one of the fragrances that, like, it kept lasting and lasting until I want to actually take a shower and rub it off me. Now everybody's skin chemistry will be different for both of these fragrances, so please keep that in mind. I don't want you to think that, you know, I'm getting all this amazing projection longevity. You don't get it. You might get more than I get, you might get less. So your skin chemistry will vary differently. So please keep that in mind before you buy these fragrances and then you get upset and then you comment back say they don't work. Right into the battle video. We're taking both these fragrances to let you know the pros and cons, how I feel about it. Projection. Okay, so projection wise, these two fragrances here, projection is going to go to FEVE. This fragrance projects very heavily. What I mean by that, for that first 2 to 3 hours on my skin, it's loud. I'm telling you, when you walk past me, you are going to catch whiffs of this fragrance. I'm not saying you're going to maybe come up and give me a compliment or anything, but it's one of those fragrances where it's going to turn people's heads like, what is that person wearing? Now some people can say that it does lean maybe feminine. I think it depends on everybody's skin chemistry. And these are sweet notes in this fragrance. These aren't like your fresh, your bergamot, you know, them Brox and Bombs are not. These are sweet gourmand fragrances that, you know, sweet, you want to bite somebody maybe off their skin, the smell of it. It's that type of fragrance where it reminds you of a dessert, something you want to eat, something you want sweet to have, maybe after you have dinner, or so on and so forth, something like that. But projection goes this one, it's a full arm's length, 2 to 3 hours on my skin, and you know, it's attention grabbing. This fragrance will garner your attention, whether in a good way or bad way, I guess depends on the person, but this fragrance will open up conversation when you're out in public. People say, hey, what are you wearing? What is that? You know, I like that fragrance. Never smelled that before. And then we talk about the price point. People tend to want to walk away from me and say it's too much to buy a fragrance like that. Then they ask me, why am I buying it? Then I break down a story about my channel. Like, oh, cool, that's awesome. Like, they get it after the fact I explain it to them, which is a story in itself. The longevity. Both these fragrances here. Now, longevity-wise, both these fragrances, they're both pretty good. You're gonna get, like I said with this, I got the 7 to 8 hour mark with this fragrance here. This fragrance here, I get more than 8 hours. So it goes to this one. Here I'm getting well over 10 hours, even more. It stays and stays on my skin. I'm not saying it's loud off my skin, but for after that 8 hour mark, it's there. It stays on my skin until I take a shower and rub it off. And even then, you still get hints of it after I take a shower. I can still get, I might take at least 2 showers to get this off my skin. And my girlfriend can vouch for that, because when we first got samples of it, she wore it and I wore it. She's like, this thing just stays. And a lot of fragrances that I have don't really work the greatest on her skin, or she buys fragrances, and this one really lasts on her skin too, and she's happy with it. And tends why we both love this fragrance. We both bought this fragrance. So it's one of the fragrances that she likes and I like it, and we both wear it and it works. So I'm very happy with that. The price point. Price fees are both very expensive wise, but I'm going to hand with this one. This one here is about 92 bucks. Like I said, if you have the email, you might get 10% off when you first time order from the ARMANI Code Beauty website. Hey, 10% off ain't much, but it's something, and you get free shipping. I mean, you really can't complain. I mean, it's a gourmand fragrance. It's in most people's budget of that $80 to $90 for a fragrance, and it does last. I mean, you're going to get your 8 hours. You're going to get good projection. Not beast mode, but it's a good amount of projection. I mean, it's under 100 bucks. So, especially if you don't want to go the expensive $200 range or $250 for a designer fragrance. Compliment factor. People always want to know about this mess. I just want to touch on it because people are going to ask me, and here we go. Both these fragrances are going to garner you compliments. I've worn them. I both received compliments wearing them. I received more compliments with FEVE Delicious. I think it's a fact that is the notes in this fragrance here tend to draw people in that want to come closer and smell it. And this fragrance reaches out, and people can smell the fragrance. I mean, you don't do many sprays. I mean, I've done 3 sprays. I think that might be overkill, but I really don't care. It's one of those things where it's like, I like the attention sometimes with a fragrance like this. I'm paying $250. I want heads to turn. I want people to be like, wow, I've never smelled that before. You know, just a little side joke on the side, but I wear the fragrance because I enjoy wearing it, point blank. But I like to have a conversation with people because they say never smelled it before. And then when I show them the bottle and the presentation, like, wow, very different. I never seen that at Macy's or Sephora. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I said you gotta go to Saks, you gotta go to New York to buy it. Like, okay, it's not typical fragrance you can just go to Macy's and Sephora and just buy. You have to do your research and try to order online, or go to the New York area or overseas to buy a bottle. Right into the seasons and occasions. Okay, so for these two here, you can wear these fragrances all year round, but here's the kicker right here. This one here, you can wear all year round. I think you need to control the sprays more in the spring and summer. Maybe do 1 or 2. I know in the fall I do about 5, and that might be too much, but you realize the fall and winter, you know, a lot of fragrances will last. This gourmand fragrance will last the fall and winter. This could be your signature scent fall and winter, because you don't have to do crazy with the sprays. This is not like the original one where it's like 2 sprays might be overkill. This is fine. It's loud for a little bit, then it settles down. It's really a nice fragrance. You know, you get that Tonka bean, that benzo in it. It's a very nice, smooth gourmand fragrance. Now this one here, I feel like you need to control your sprays for the summer and spring, because this one is loud, and this might be coin to you or people around you where it might be too much. This is a great fall and winter fragrance, just like this one is. But if you're going to talk about the best one to wear all year round, the signature scent or seasons and occasion, this one right here. This is your top dog, best one to get. You can wear it, and it's not going to be overly loud. People be annoyed. You won't be overly annoyed wearing this fragrance neither. Rating system. Okay, so these fragrances here, I'm going to give a rating, and the ratings are going to be really, really close. I'm telling you, really, really close. Now, my rating system is for FEVE Delicious, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. For ARMANI Code Absolute Gold Signature, I'm going to give it a 9.2 out of 10. So they're pretty close. I give this one a little bit more, and the winner of this battle, I'm going to give it to FEVE Delicious. This is a fragrance where this one is this fragrance here just opens up my eyes. I've never smelled a fragrance like this ever until I went to New York and tried out these high-end fragrances. People do say this is a private line, which it is. I know it's not niche-wise, it's a designer fragrance, but this fragrance, man, if this was in a niche bottle itself or a niche company, this would be a hit. It's a hit already for designer world. They might be discontinued this, which I don't understand, but I kind of get it because, you know, Dior is bringing out so many different fragrances. They're bringing out the one called Lucky. They're bringing out a new one called Rose Oud Wood. I mean, they're bringing out different other flankers to the lineup, the FEVE lineup, to try out and see what do better, because it's been out for a long time and I'm not sure if the younger people like this or not. I mean, I'm only 34, you know, and I enjoy this one a lot. I mean, even if I was 20, I'd probably still enjoy this one, but they're trying to mix out new fragrances to see if people like them. So if they do discontinue this, it will be sad, but hey, if they do, you should definitely try to get yourself a sample on the website. I'll leave down below. And then after that, if you like it, definitely buy yourself a bottle. This is a 125 ml bottle. This bottle will last you if you have a lot of fragrances, or you do 1 or 2 sprays. And what I mean by that is when you spray this fragrance, the atomizer, it shoots out a lot. Look at this. It shoots out a whole lot. You don't need a lot of sprays. You know, I mean, this fragrance can fill up a whole room. If you do too many sprays, it will fill up a whole room. I'm gonna tell you that. Not in a good way. Any one of these fragrances you get, they're great gourmand fragrances, and you can wear these and you will feel very proud to own these fragrances. These aren't fragrances like, oh man, I smell like it. You're not gonna smell good about wearing these fragrances. You're not. Unless the other person has a lot of money or love fragrances. If you buy these fragrances, you will smell different at work, when you go out in public, when you go to special events, whether it's dinner, wedding, going on dates, you will smell very different, and the people that you're around with will say, wow, that person smelled good that night. What were you wearing? Like, it's going to grab attention, these fragrances. So if you want that in fragrances, if you want to interact more with people instead of wearing your blue freshies, check this one out here. So ladies and gentlemen, which one is your favorite? Leave your comment down below. Do you like Armani Code Absolute Gold Signature, or the original Armani Gold, Absolute Gold, or do you like Fabulicios? Do you like Dior fragrances? Do you like Giorgio Armani fragrances? Leave your comments down below. If you're new to my channel and you like these type of fragrance battle videos, you like fragrance videos in general, why not click that subscribe button to show your support for my channel. I appreciate, I put a lot of content out, a lot of hard work in my videos. I have over 500 something videos on YouTube. Want to show your support? Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Until the next video, bye.